Manchester United are preparing to make an opening.
Something is happening behind the scenes at Manchester United, and if the latest reports are true, the club may be preparing its biggest midfield signing in years. Not Ederson, not Matheus Fernandes, not even Sandro Tonali. The player attracting attention now is a man many believed would never leave Real Madrid, Aurelien Tchouameni. And the more you look into this story, the more fascinating it becomes. Let's start with one simple question. Why would Manchester United target Tchouameni? Because replacing Casemiro isn't easy. You don't just replace experience. You don't just replace leadership. You don't just replace one of the best defensive midfielders of his generation. You need a player capable of controlling games, protecting the defense, winning duels, and dominating the midfield. That's exactly why Tchouameni's name keeps appearing. At 26 years old, he's entering the prime of his career. But here's where the story gets interesting. Reports suggest Manchester United could be willing to spend around 80 million euros. That's roughly £6 to £9 million. And immediately one question appears. Why would Real Madrid sell? Because on paper, they shouldn't. Tchouameni remains one of the most valuable midfielders in Europe. He's experienced, he's proven, and is already performing at the highest level, which is exactly why United fans are paying attention. Now compare him to the other names being linked. Ederson, a deal worth around 4 to 5 million euros. A hard-working midfielder. An engine, a player who adds intensity. Matheus Fernandes, valued at around £80 million. One of the most exciting young midfielders in Europe. Then there's Sandro Tonali, a transfer that could cost close to £100 million. An incredible player, but one Newcastle would fight hard to keep. And suddenly, Tchouameni stands out because he already has the experience, the trophies, the Champions League pedigree, and the mentality of a Real Madrid player. Think about it. Champions League football, World Cup experience, Real Madrid pressure, French national team expectations. There are very few midfielders available who can offer all of that. And that's why many see him as the perfect Casemiro successor. But there's one major obstacle. Real Madrid, because according to reports, the Spanish giants have no intention of letting him leave easily, which means Manchester United would likely need to submit a huge offer, 80 million euros, maybe even more. This would not be a normal transfer. It would be one of the biggest deals of the summer. And when you step back, a bigger picture starts to emerge. Ederson, 4 to 5 million euros. Matheus Fernandes, 80 million pounds. Tchouameni, 80 million euros. Tonali, up to 100 million pounds. Manchester United aren't searching for squad players. They are searching for players who can define the next 5 years of the club. That's why this summer feels different. Now imagine this midfield. Bruno Fernandes, Tchouameni, Ederson. Suddenly United becomes stronger, more athletic, more aggressive, and far more difficult to play against. Exactly what they've been missing for years. Will it happen? Nobody knows. That's the reality of transfer windows. But one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Manchester United admire Aurelien Tchouameni. And if the opportunity appears, don't be surprised if they make their move. Because some transfers improve a team, others change a club. And Manchester United believe Tchouameni could be exactly that kind of player. Now I want to hear from you. If Manchester United could sign only one midfielder this summer, who would you choose? Tchouameni, Matheus Fernandes, or Sandro Tonali? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more Manchester United transfer news and updates. Because this story is only getting started.